Hello, everyone. I'm back for the first video actually in our teaching series. I don't know a whole lot of what I'm doing, so please have some grace and patience. I'm just getting started with this, but I'm hoping that you'll be blessed as we look at a really fun topic today, and the topic is camping. I don't know if you all have ever been camping, but I've been camping a lot. I grew up with a family that loved to camp. My mom and my dad camped. And so we're going to look at camping vocabulary and talk about camping today. I'm going to share my screen here. Give me just a second. I will get to it. Hopefully, you all can see that clearly. And that's my father and my late mother. She passed away a few years ago. This picture's taken maybe 25 years ago, something like that, a really long time ago. And they're standing out in front of their camper. We had lots of different campers or RVs, or travel trailers. We had lots of different ones, starting with like an 18-foot Scotty camper, and then we upgraded to a 22-foot Shasta camper, and then something else. And I've also stayed in tents as well. And we're going to look at this topic of camping. I don't know if you like to go camping. I hope you do. And maybe if you've never tried it, you can try it sometime. We'll get to our vocabulary here. Well, there's a question too. Do people in your country camp? That's a great question. You can put that in the comments. Do people in your country like to camp? So, vocabulary, roughing it. This is a phrase, kind of a slang phrase. To rough it means to live without the possessions and comforts that you normally have. A tarp is important for camping. It's a sheet or a cover that you can put on the ground and put your tent on top of it, or you can use it to make like a small like roof where you can, put it over your head to keep the rain off of you. So tarps are important. The next vocabulary word is luxury, the state of great comfort and extravagant living. Living as a rich person. A rich person lives in luxury. So we have roughing it, tarp, luxury, motorhome. A motorhome is a motor vehicle equipped like a trailer for living in, with kitchen facilities, bathroom, beds, etc. This ETC means etc. I have a picture of that. Scroll down there. That's a very large motorhome. I never had one of those growing up. We just had travel trailers. A travel trailer or camper doesn't have a motor, but this is a like a car, has a motor here in the front, a motorhome. All right, let's go to the next words here. We have roughing it, tarp, luxury, motorhome, overhead bins, and these are storage compartments inside of a camper or motorhome. Usually they're in commercial aircraft, like in an airplane. You have the overhead bins, they are above the seats. And we have those in campers too. Bug spray. This is important. Insects like mosquitoes like to eat you, so you need to take bug spray. Or another term here would be insect repellent. I don't know if I spelled that correctly or not. I think it's an E there. Insect repellent. The next word is sufficient. If something is sufficient, it's enough, it's adequate. If we have a sufficient supply of food, we have enough food. Also, wouldn't be caught dead. Wouldn't be caught dead. It means someone who dislikes something very much. I wouldn't be caught dead bungee jumping, jumping off of a cliff. I hate that activity. I would never do that. I'm too scared. So that's wouldn't be caught dead. So now we'll come to our article. You're going to see those words we just talked about in this article. The title is Whatever Happened to Roughing It? Once upon a time, camping was all about roughing it. In the wilderness, people set up tents and cooked meals in an open fire. Children played in the woods. Adults sat at picnic tables, and pets got tied to trees. When it rained, families gathered under tarps to play games. These days, camping is more about luxury. Many people use campers or motorhomes. Their house on wheels is a mini version of their home in the city. If they do use tents, they bring air mattresses to cushion their bodies from the hard ground. Many campers bring their own stoves for cooking meals and brewing coffee. Beach and sand toys fill up overhead bins. SUVs allow campers to pack extra supplies, including bicycles, spare clothes, comfortable bedding, and emergency supplies. Some people refuse to camp regardless of how comfortable it is. They don't like sleeping outdoors and they hate the smell of bug spray and skunks. These people may stay at hotels or cottages, but they would not be caught dead at a campsite. Serious campers still prefer roughing it. They love being out in the wilderness. Water, instant noodles, and a change of underwear is sufficient for those that want to be with nature. These people wouldn't be caught dead checking their smartphones at camp. All right, so hopefully you were able to follow along with this story. I try to shoot for an intermediate level of English. We also have lots of vocabulary words in this article that we just talked about. And here we have a picture of a man and a woman outside their tent, and there's a dog in that tent and they're sleeping in there. And that is an example of roughing it. Tent camping is tough. And sometimes that ground is really hard to sleep on. Now, another example of camping in luxury is the motorhome, RV, super nice travel trailer type camping. And the article talks some about that as well. Well, let's try to answer some of these comprehension questions. Question number 1. What does the article say people do when it rains while they are camping? Well, let's go back up here and look for the answer. It's found in the first paragraph here, the last sentence. What do people do when it's raining? Says when it rained, families gathered under tarps to play games. So let's copy that answer there and put it as our answer for number 1. Well, it's going to put a 2 there, or I'll take it away. Okay. When it rained, families gathered under tarps to play games. Question number 2. The article compares 2 different types of camping. What are they? Well, we know that one is luxury camping. Remember that? We talked about that. Let's see. What's that other kind of camping? Maybe tent camping, using a tent, or roughing it type of camping. Camping was all about roughing it. Let's see here. That was a long time ago. Not a lot of people rough it anymore in camping, but some people do. But most people have the luxury campers in America. So I think the example would be tent camping or roughing it camping versus luxury camping. So those are the two kinds of camping. Number three, how do people eat when camping? How do people eat when camping? Let's see here. I think maybe right here, starting in this sentence. Many campers bring their own stoves for cooking meals and brewing coffee. Now I don't do that very much. I do bring a charcoal grill, and sometimes I will get the grill going, a small grill, and I'll put hamburgers on there or hot dogs or something like that. But a lot of times I just drive out of the campground and to like a local fast food place like McDonald's or Hardee's or Wendy's or something, or a local restaurant if I feel like spending a little bit more money than fast food and I want a little bit nicer meal, I may go to a local restaurant. So that's how I eat when I'm camping. I don't cook so much. I do about half the meals. Half the meals I cook and half of them I go out to eat, that way. All right, let's go to question number 4. So, okay, question number 3. How do people eat? They bring stoves, cooking stoves to cook their food, charcoal grills. That's what I use. And also going out to eat at restaurants. Question number 4, where do people stay while traveling if they hate camping? Where do people stay while traveling if they hate camping? Boy, that's a tough one. I'm not quite sure there. Sorry for all the scrolling. I'm trying to scroll to the answer, but I know that's hard to keep track of the story when I'm scrolling. Many people use campers or motor homes. Maybe that's what the question is talking about. Maybe stay in a hotel. Some people stay in a hotel while their friends are camping. But I'll put they use campers and motor homes. They may stay in a hotel. And finally, question number 5. According to some people, what is sufficient when camping? What is sufficient when camping? It's in this last paragraph of our story today. Can you find it? What is sufficient when camping? Water, instant noodles, mama noodles, or instant noodles, and a change of underwear is sufficient for those that want to be with nature. So some people are very basic They just need the basic things in life, some instant noodles, some water, and then a change of clothes, and they're happy. I have a lot of great memories while, growing up and camping. One time I was around the campfire. I was a little kid, maybe 5 years old, and I was playing a little bit with the fire and sticks, and I accidentally caught my cowboy boot on fire. I had a fire on my foot. And that was really painful. And I was jumping around, and my parents were freaking out. And they got the fire stopped and everything. And I was okay. I didn't get hurt bad, but I did feel the heat from that fire as I caught my boot on fire. Well, hopefully you've had a lot of fun experiences as well. If you've been camping, if you've never tried it, I encourage you to give it a shot. Go camping. Take a tent and a sleeping bag and go to a campground and give it a try and see if you like it. So, what does the Bible say about camping? Does the Bible say anything about camping? Well, I'm going to share my screen here, and I found a little bit from the Bible about camping. This says camping in the wilderness, and it's from Numbers chapter 2 in the Old Testament, Numbers 2, verses 1 and 2, and verse 34. The Israelites camped, and they camped around the tabernacle, the tent where they worshiped God. So it says, Then the Lord gave these instructions to Moses and Aaron. When the Israelites set up camp, each tribe will be assigned to its own area. The tribal divisions will camp beneath their family banners on all four sides of the tabernacle, but at some distance from it. And then verse 34, Numbers 2:34. So the people of Israel did everything as the Lord had commanded Moses. Each clan and family set up camp and marched under their banners exactly as the Lord instructed them. So if we look at our picture here, we see the many little tents and different tribes camping all around the tabernacle place of worship here that the Israelites camped around. So in our lesson, it goes on to say one of the greatest camping expeditions ever recorded in history took place when the nation of Israel was liberated or freed from Egypt and moved through the wilderness north of Egypt to their home in Canaan. The camp comprised some 3 million people and existed for 40 years. Everyone lived in tents, and even the tabernacle where they worshiped God was itself a tent. Everything was movable, which means it could be taken down quickly, packed up, and carried to a new location in a very short period of time. So we have a few questions to answer here with just 3 verses of scripture. So when we look at the Bible passage, the Bible section, it says, Who decided how Israel was to set up their campsite? Let's look at for the answer in verse 1. Then the Lord gave these instructions. So this would be God. This would be the Lord. He decided. Question 2. Israel was comprised of 12 tribes of people. How were the tribes told to locate their tents? How were they told to locate or arrange their tents? When the Israelites set up camp, each tribe will be assigned its own area. The tribal divisions will camp beneath their family banners on all four sides of the tabernacle, but some distance from it. So I think this answers question 3 here. How would each tribe be identified? They would be identified under their banner. So question number 3, how would each tribe be identified? It says that each tribe will be assigned its area. The divisions will camp beneath the family banners on all the sides of the tabernacle. Okay, a math question. Since there were 4 sides to the tabernacle and there were 12 tribes, how many tribes would be on each side? Well, if we take 12 and divide it by 4, we get 3 tribes. So it appears 3 tribes on each side of the tabernacle. How did the people respond to God's instructions about their camping, about their camp? Verse 34, the people did everything as the Lord had commanded Moses. And finally, what problems, sorry about that, what problems might have arisen if the people had not followed God's instructions? What does this tell us about obeying God? Well, that's a great question. I found in my life, if I obey God, I am blessed. Life goes well. And also, the opposite is true. If I'm living in rebellion, if I'm not obeying God, a lot of times my life starts to suffer. Sometimes I start to fall apart. And so it's important that we all obey God's instructions. And the way we know what to do is to read the Bible. So I just encourage you to take some time this week, read the Bible, learn what God's instructions are for you, and follow those. Thank you again for viewing the Teacher Phil English and Faith YouTube channel. I really appreciate all of you. Put down a comment, good or bad, positive or negative. Maybe you could encourage me some, but you can also put down ways I can improve on the channel. It would be awesome if you liked the video, if you subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Take care.